It's always something with Thurrott. If it's not technical, he's like, I got something in my eye. And I'm like,
Yeah. The makeup of this apartment and the building it's in are confusing to me, but apparently the outside shell is about a foot and a half thick of concrete. And then the inside walls are these red bricks that have holes in them that are just filled with concrete. They're really thick. And we have to, when like run an electrical line down from a plug to a receptacle or vice versa, et cetera, whatever. It's like doing construction work at at the penal colony.
the penal.
Like it is breaking rocks. I don't know. It's really strange. Anyway, this place is full of dust, is what I'm trying to say.
Why? I've complained about this, and I know we've all complained about this, and I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
complain about it again. There is a giant pop-up on my Edge thing that says, "Preview Microsoft Edge releases early. Got it? Opt out." I
know. I just leave us alone. Yeah.
I just want to talk. I just want to talk to the people who decide to ruin this product.
Look, very clearly a mandate has come down from on high, right? It's not like they're bad people. They're just doing what they're told, like Germans in World War II.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I know, a little extreme, but I know. But no, I mean, right? You got to think, if you were to talk to anyone on the Windows product team or Edge or whatever, choose your teams, I'm sure they're like, yeah, I know, we can't stand this either. We don't want this. We want people to love the product. Of course they do, right? They go home to their families. They're people, but it doesn't change the fact that they're abusing their customers every single day. And it's brutal.
Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to go back to Chrome. I need to figure out the Alt tab because I use that all the time.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm surprised more people haven't, more browsers haven't latched into that. Maybe they can't.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's one of those classic divisive features. At least they let you turn it off or configure it however you want. But like you live and die with this thing. It's the first thing I turn off. Like I couldn't care less about this. But yeah, but that's always been the problem with Windows, right?
Yeah. So, anyways, once I saw the price, I'm like, maybe I won't ever buy them. But Sonos has headphones coming out, which they've been talking about or teasing or whatever we've known about for literal years.
5 years.
And supposedly they've been delayed to mid-year. But the problem is they're like $500, and unless there's something absolutely stunning about them.
Yep. Well, I mean, they'll be on sale eventually.
Eventually, yeah. I mean, the direct Wi-Fi connection is actually really appealing to me because I tend to walk around my house a lot with headphones on. And my Bluetooth from my primary PC to my Sony XM4s is what I have now. Here's a fun little anecdote for you, Paul Thurrott.
Okay.
So on my PC upstairs, I have Sony XM4, whatever, they're connected by Bluetooth. When I walk to the kitchen, I am at the absolute end of that Bluetooth connectivity range. Like it is so fragile that a small gust of wind would disconnect it. So much so that when I use the ice maker, the little RF interference that motor gives
Actually
off to turn the
disrupts the
little thing
headphones.
disrupts the Bluetooth in the headset. So
Yeah,
I thought
you never hear
wrapping it in,
about
like cheesecloth or whatever, like the Faraday cage, like that thing, because I get water often, but
just put tinfoil on the outside of it. That will
something, just a little bit. But yeah,
Yeah, you don't really hear about Bluetooth extenders.
No,
Maybe they exist. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it's a marginal problem. This isn't.
Sure.
And if I really want audio everywhere, then I just throw in the AirPods and it's connected to my phone. I would say connected to my watch, but that is a terrible experience. It rarely works for me. So for people who are like, what do you mean, Brad? So if you take your phone, throw it in the ocean, and you just have your watch connected to Wi-Fi at home or whatever, you can connect your AirPods directly to your watch. And you can download songs to your watch, apparently, supposedly. At least that's what the UI says. And then if you walk out into your backyard where there's no Wi-Fi, or at least weak Wi-Fi, it doesn't work.
Just keeps going.
No,
it's supposed to. But it's supposed to.
It's supposed to just work. It just works. But
and you have a Wi-Fi only watch, right?
It does have cellular connectivity, but I don't have it turned on currently.
Yeah, I mean, so that might change the experience.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem,
Mhm.
Paul Thurrott. Remember,
Well,
I I just
I know
got
the problem.
better, goodest Wi-Fi in my house. So now
Mhm.
my backyard actually has, like, I can stand in the back corner of my yard and it's like 20
Right.
megs down.
You know, I got to
So
bring that here. I miss it when I'm here.
yeah, so now I'm wondering if that's going to solve it. This has nothing to do with anything with Sonos, but
This we have some little Huawei thing that I'm pretty sure this little guy from China is staring at me right now as I look at it, and it's it's fine out here. Obviously, I'm less than 10 feet from it, but
yeah.
when I go in the bedroom, which is not that far away, but again, huge cement walls, right?
Hmm.
I sometimes have to carry a laptop into this room just to finish a download.
Oh.
Like it's bizarre, and
What is it?
I want to.
1994, Paul Thurrott? Jesus Christ.
Well, it's China, so it's like 1994. What I want to do eventually is get little blank cameras or something and put them out on the balcony so I can watch the sunrise and sunset. But
Wait.
there's no way
What?
Wi-Fi is getting out there.
While you're there?
No, when we're home,
Oh,
you can
I was
tune into it.
like, I thought you were just like, so I could
Too
lay.
lazy to get off the couch. Like, wow, man, look at that sunset. If only we
Yeah, I
walked
did.
10 feet,
Paul,
we could
what
see
I
it.
imagine is that you
No,
were
no,
laying
no,
in
no.
bed in your place in Mexico with a TV on the wall, and you're like, look, we could put the sunrise up on the TV, and it's like,
No, I have I have a real desire to have something here that I can ping so that I know the internet's working when we're gone, right?
sure, yeah,
So that if
makes
something
sense.
happens to it, we can make a call and get it fixed, right? And
Yep.
so far, we've been pretty lucky. We did have that one trip where we arrived to no internet, but for the most part, it's been good. But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, just to be able to check in, like if you own
I
the
don't want
place,
to.
right?
I'm not trying to spy on anybody who might or might not come in here. I just want something I can like. I can right now go to
Yeah.
my Eero app and say, "Yep, internet's doing great back home." I need something like that. Maybe maybe Eero is the solution.
Maybe it really is. Like that solves
know.
a couple of your problems, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Yep. Someday they're expensive, as you know. So I bought the last one on sale. I'll keep an eye on that. But
Yeah, the lower end stuff should be coming on sale because they're really like every Instagram ad I'm getting now is Arrow Wi-Fi 7 or whatever. It's
oh,
like,
really?
guys, like,
Okay.
I'm not buying.
I'm not going to worry about 7 anytime soon. I'd be
No.
happy. 6E would be great.
Yeah, 6E is fantastic for what we do, and I'm very happy with this setup. So
Yeah. Yeah,
not
me too.
Edge, but not Edge.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, Intel put out some PR thing yesterday. They're like, we're gonna have a whole bunch of AI chips, like 100 million by this time next year or whatever. It's like, hey,
So, do you know who also put out some PR yesterday?
Qualcomm?
Qualcomm. Yeah. Did you see that little
No.
head-to-head test? So they took an X1 Elite laptop. Now, granted, they have an optimized version of Stable Diffusion, but they went to the trouble of grabbing one of the Core Ultra laptops. They configured it optimally for the chipset. So the CPU, GPU, and NPU were all as optimized as you could be for Stable Diffusion. And that Qualcomm thing outperformed the Intel by 7-1, maybe something like that. It was not. Yeah, it was not even close. It wasn't like 1.2-1. It was not even close. And I guess there's some kind of an AI benchmark term. I think it might be TOPS. If you ever heard of that?
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, these numbers might be wrong off the top of my head, but the Intel Core Ultras are somewhere around 20, and the latest Qualcomm is like 42, 45, somewhere there. As far as like raw performance and that kind of stuff. So interesting.
Yeah. I mean, as always, everyone should take all those benchmarks with a Mount Everest size.
No, I go into a clear-eyed, but
yeah,
7-1
though is a pretty.
That's and look, we should be clear. That's not it's not an important workload for most people, right? But the thing is, there are also benchmarks popping up where these chips are just doing great. Like, so this is not, we've never seen this, right? There's been a lot of talk and a lot of disappointment with each of these releases. And I'm getting a vibe here, man. I think this might be it.
Paul, I will legitimately tell you that is why Stardock did all our ARM stuff.
We should have talked about that already. That
was directly related to the benchmarks we were seeing. It's like, okay, maybe like this is really the one where it finally becomes like, just pick one. It doesn't matter.
Curious. So you did the core products, right? So Start, yes. 11, Groupie, and
Fences
5. Fences, right?
Yep.
And what do you have? I mean, I don't mean to ask you like a forward-leaning question like this, but I mean, do you anticipate perhaps doing other apps as well, or is this kind of the core
It
suite for you guys?
it it depends. Like
Yeah.
it really just depends. I think so. The other big one that we will probably do when we do the next release, I think the marching orders for my team will be the backwards doing it probably doesn't make so much sense, but as we release
Right.
new product,
Yep. Yeah.
then
Of
it'll
course.
be a consideration.
Okay.
Like we have a new multiplicity product that we're working on that will
And this
definitely
is the
support ARM.
KVM
Yeah.
software-based KVM.
Yep.
Yep.
Which works beautifully. Actually, I have a hacked together version that runs on the Surface Pro X. I run it headless. That way,
Um,
that's how I was testing everything.
nice. Do you? Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to ask. It's very interesting. So, as far as like the engineering effort, so to speak, I mean, is this simply Visual Studio or checking a box, or is there a lot of work, or what's the
It
experience
kind
there?
of just again, it kind of just depends on the app. Actually, multiplicity, I believe, will be easier than some of like the fences and the start because
Interesting.
start and fences and groupie for that matter are like in the bits tinkering. Like
Yep.
it's not just an app that runs in a little sandbox and all we did was just recompile it for ARM. We
Right.
had to do some stuff to make sure that it functioned, which is why it's in beta right now. I will tell you though, Paul, one of the biggest drivers for doing start
Mm-hmm.
with it was we got a lot of contact from people running parallels on Mac. I mean, like a non
A non-trivial.
insignificant
Yeah.
number of people like, hey, I would
Well, I
buy this.
mean, that makes sense, right? I mean,
Yeah.
today that's probably the biggest part of the audience
Well,
running
it's
ARM.
the best ARM. Unfortunately, it is the best ARM experience available today if you want it.
So, are they looking for like coherence integration stuff, or like what's their
They just
deal?
wanted to start. They
They
wanted
just
to
want it
replace it.
there. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
This was the request. I see. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised. I talked to Parallel. This is a while ago now, but when I talked to them, I was very surprised, and they were a little surprised too. Like most Parallels users don't use coherence, which to me
Hmm.
is the obvious thing to do. And yeah, coherence is that mode where it blends the Windows and Mac desktops
Yep.
together. So you're running the Mac, and you just run Windows apps next to Mac apps, right? They're
Mhm.
just they work normally. And as a Windows guy, it's like, yeah, no, I get wanting to run Windows, but I mean, you're a Mac guy running a Mac, and you have some app need, that you want to run. So you would think this is the normal thing for most people. And it's not.
Mhm.
And I
No,
don't know if it's
it's
hard.
really not.
Yeah, it's curious.
So, yeah, we'll see. The Snapdragon stuff looks interesting.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, we've been led down a path before with these
Yes.
guys,
Yes.
but
Yes.
this is they're taking a long time to get it out there. But every once in a while, there's this indication, like, no, actually, I think we got it right this time. So hope
Well,
springs
one of the
eternal.
bigger updates too is I still have the Surface Pro X. That's what I use
Yeah.
for this stuff. Is actually Windows 11 on ARM has made some
Mhm.
pretty significant
Yeah.
improvements compared to what
Yeah.
Windows 10 on ARM was.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So right. I mean, I have do you remember off the top of your head what the chipset is on that one?
Oh God, no! It's 8CX or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
feel like
it's the first gen. It was the very first one.
I have something similar at home. It's an HP, but it's either an 8CX or an 86 Gen 2, maybe, if that is a thing. And maybe
Mhm.
they're on Gen 3 now, and now something like that. But it's okay. I mean, data, standard productivity, blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there.
I'm getting to bed.